So the first thing I did is, this had a double fold of ribbing, and like most sensitive people, I'm included, and my little neighbor girl, Sophia, and her mom even said that they just cannot stand thick things up around their neck. And I totally can relate to this. And in fact, one of my unfinished objects in the back, David's sweater, has exactly the same problem, as we ended up with all this bulk around the neck, and it wasn't comfortable to wear and didn't look right. So what I've done is, it's actually kind of a cool construction. It's bottom up for sure, given what's here, and then it looks like there was shaping in the front and back, and the yoke was stitched together but in two pieces. If you can see right here, I pulled off a little bit here, and then the sleeves were sewn on. So what I've done is taken the ribbing off, the double fold ribbing, and I'm going to put the picture right over here, because I took a few pictures so that you could at least track what I've done. And then I've disassembled just a little bit of the shoulders. I'm trying not to take apart this whole sweater. Then I found that a lot, as shaping goes in the shoulders, is you knit across, then you do some rows front and back, and you do some binding off. And then you come back in and pick up these stitches to do the neck. Well, if we want to drop this down, I'm unraveling these pieces. Now, eventually, I'm going to have to cut them off. And my plan at this point is to cut them off here, except one. And then I'm going to use that one, plus the leftover yarn I have from the ribbing, to go down with a crochet hook and close off. Well, actually, I don't think I even need to do that. I think I'm going to clip these and hide the ends. I won't need all of this. Hide all of the ends. And then I'm going to take my knitting needles when it's time to do the ribbing, pick these up, and then pick up sparingly along here the bind off edge, and just do one row or one set of ribbing without the fold over. This was super tidy when I flipped open the folded over ribbing, so I don't think that second layer is necessary at all. So there may be a little ridge around the neck, but I don't think it's going to happen, especially if I can pick up these stitches and these stitches, and the only place I'm going to have any kind of ridge in the inside the neck is along here. And then I'll go back and stitch this closed, and we'll do that ribbing and we'll be done. And we will have a sweater that isn't so high up on the neck. Fingers crossed. If you guys know anything about how to make your necklines not be so tight up over your neck, let me know. But it'll be cute when it's done, and I'll put a picture at the end of this, hopefully if I get this done soonish, so that you can see how it fits after it's done. Now, I already tried this on Sophia once. It's at least 3-4 sizes too big for her right now. But if we can get this comfortable for the long haul, then she'll be wearing this all the time, from big to tight. The other thing I'm going to do in here, so see how this makes an abrupt edge where I've unraveled this? I'm going to clip these, and then I'm going to just, from the outside, taper this so that it blends nicely into these bound off stitches. Hopefully, I'm thinking on my feet here, hopefully that will give us a smooth transition and a good neckline. So when I last talked to you, I had ripped this down and loosened up these, and then knit a scoop up the side here, and it stayed a little squared off, but I think as I hide these later, that's going to disappear. I can sort of tighten up the ribbing into the square edge and smooth it out. But before I hide these edges, I need to try it on and make sure I don't have to do some more construction. But, so I pulled it back. I left these stitches live. So these are live, and the back stitch is live. And so the only place that there is a small ridge is right over the shoulders. All right, it's video time. Long-lasting distance from the last video I gave you. I have been working on Sophia's sweater and altering the neckline. I've got that done now. I don't think I did a video. I think I've recorded it as I've gone, but I haven't edited it for you now. So we're back to the final stage. I brought this sweater over with the new neckline. It was doubled over. This is now singled, and I dropped the neck down in front to make sure that it drops lower on her neck and that it's not quite up so high. So this is almost done. I have one job left, and that's to hide the ends. I'm going to flip you around and explain to you where we're at. Oh, and I'm also going to put a picture up here of Sophia with her newly constructed neckline and also too big a sweater, but she'll grow into that. There's plenty of time for that. All right, I have no idea exactly what yarn this is, but it feels like a superwash. So what I do is get out my pointed tipped darning needle, and I'm going to run it. This is where I just finished and bound off, so I'm going to run around and back the direction I came to support that, to support the stitch, and then I'm going to pull it tight here, one-handed for you, because that's so useful. All right, so it's already gone. Here's the end. I've hidden it. This is another end I have to hide. And then what I'm going to make sure and do, and this is the important bit that I teach people, is that I'm going to split the yarn. So I'm going to go back in and split the yarn, going through the plies and into the next one. And for me, that forms a knot, but not a lumpy knot. Just gives the yarn a place to felt as Sophia wears this and as it gets washed. So over time, it embeds itself in. Now, I made sure I tried this on Sophia and that we were done with alterations before I hid these ends. And this is why. I'm knotting these ends so that they're hard to get out. When I did these alterations, Sophia's great-grandma also did this, but not quite as thoroughly as I do. So I wanted to make sure that that didn't happen. All right. So the fallout from this is that I have an end here that is where I bound off. I have an end here, which is where I started the neckline with just a single 1x1 rib. But down here, I have the yarn I cut to drop that front neckline. These two I used. These are all extras that didn't get used. So I'm going to hide all of these ends, and I'm going to make sure I do it very securely on the inside so that this doesn't come loose either in the wash or while being worn, and hopefully it will felt tight while being worn, because we want this to stay nice. I'm going to give it one last block before I hand it back over to Carrie and Sophia, and they should have Granny's sweater to wear. All right, that's it for me today. It's not really an unfinished object. It's an unfinished object borrowed from the neighbor next door and fixed. My backlog is still sitting back there. But the good news is the reason that this has turned out so well is I really like the way this turned out. And I was questioning what to do with David's fisherman's sweater that I made for him ages ago, and now I've deconstructed and it's been sitting in pieces. I now know how to deal with the neckline. So I'm going to get back at that and get that done for him. So he will have yet another sweater this winter, and I will have one less pile to deal with. On a side note, the Yarn Harlot, I don't know if you ever have heard or read her blogs, put together 12 bags of either stash yarn or unfinished projects and lined them up for her planning ahead for the next year. She's already started on her first pair of socks. It's going to be socks all year, which I wouldn't do, but I did get to thinking that it wouldn't hurt me to go in and just line up 12 projects so that at least I have a guide for the next 12 projects that I'll be working on this year. I'm planning on getting more than 12 done, but 12 is a good place to start. I've been talking to my friend Rebecca, who's also got a pile of unfinished things to do. And I just keep saying, just start with one, just start with one. But maybe more than one could be at least a strategy to get started. I'm thinking about doing it. I'll let you know if I get back into the doom room and get started again. I do know that's on my short list. I got to get that doom room done, because I got company coming in January and then again in March. So I got to get on it. All right, that's it for me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from us, like maybe the 12 plan aheads, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next few days. Let's hope I can get this back on a regular schedule. I'm feeling like it's time. The holidays are over and it's time to normalize my life again. The tree's still up, 2 of them. So I gotta get those down today, because today's the day. All right, bye.